Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm here to share my Passion Planner setup for 2024. As you guys know, I love the Passion Planner. This will be my third year in the Passion Planner. This one's my 2022, and it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen any of my Passion Planner setup videos, I definitely recommend them. I just set up every week, and then I use my planner to plan things, and I've really been enjoying it. I also use it as a memory planner. So basically, I add photos in my calendar. Again, if you're not new here, you know this, but I just love this planner. I've used the back pages for certain things. I did pretty good. Actually, let's take a look real quick, because I don't know if I'm going to do a flip through of this, but these are the back pages, and I've used them and not. So yes, I know I misspelled gratitude, but it's okay. If you know me, you know I don't really care. But this was supposed to be kind of like my gratitude each month, just jot down certain things. I didn't do it. I didn't finish it, sadly. I then used these two pages to keep up with my Instagram and YouTube. I will be doing this again in my 2024 for sure. I'm not sure about the gratitude. I know, like, I don't really have to keep up with it. I always say this, don't feel bad if you don't finish a challenge or a goal or something, but it's nice to have it there for you. And if you complete it, that's great. And if you don't, it's not a big deal. I even didn't do my favorites either. So this, I don't think I will keep, but I might be doing this again and trying it for 2024. Again, I will be keeping my Instagram and YouTube. The next two pages are savings, and I was also saving to purchase a few things. Like with my daughter graduating, we wanted to get her something big for graduation. So there was a few things that I wanted to keep up with, and I did do that. I might do it again in my 2024. We shall see. I also printed this off of the Passion Planner website. They do have some free printables. I kept up with this, kinda, but I didn't have space because I, read more than that. And then I thought to myself, I already have a reading journal. I really don't need this. I didn't even fill out the books here, so I might not do this for 2024. And then I have these printables on my Etsy shop. I love these printables. They are so much fun, and I'm definitely going to be using them in 2024. So I went ahead and printed those out, but I'm going to be adding an extra page because I ran out of space. And so I'm going to definitely be adding an extra page. So I printed those out. Again, these are available in my Etsy shop. And I think I added one. Yeah, I did add an extra page. I actually ran out of space here as well, but I'll make sure to keep a few pages just in case I run out. As you guys know, I love watching TV. I always end up like putting on the TV a new show or something, and doing some editing for my videos, or I'll just kind of work on my budget and things like that. So I love TV shows, and that's what I like to track. Oh, and I also drew the shows instead of adding pictures of the shows, if that makes sense. And I had so much fun with this. I didn't keep up with it, but I do love how it turned out. And I think I will be doing that as well for 2024, because this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. It's a different way of being creative and having fun with my pages. Anyways, for the rest, I will be adding these currentlies. I did pretty good, probably up to, yeah, I didn't do May. So I stopped doing it in May, sadly. But when I looked back at this, when I was trying to figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to remove from my Passion Planner, I really like these. These are a fun way to look back and see what I was celebrating, what I was grateful for, listening to, watching, things like that. So again, I printed out a few of these, and I will be adding them to my Passion Planner. That way they're ready for me, so I don't feel lazy to go and print another sheet and add it to the next month. But I think this is a great way to keep up with what you're currently doing. As you can see, they look really good, especially if you're like me and you don't use these monthly reflection pages in your passion planner. So I definitely recommend it. Anyways, it's gonna be a quick setup, I think. We shall see, because I'm going to not do my mind map with you guys. That's a little bit personal, but I will be doing this again. I really, really love this. I don't know why I didn't fill in September yet, and I'm filming this in November, so I will end up filling in November and December at some point, but I really like this. This was fun to have. Definitely gonna keep up with the same style here. So you can see I use my craft sticker paper, and I cover this up to add the weeks on here, to stamp out the weeks, and then use the calendar for photos. So I'm going to do that in my 2024. Now there is a few changes that I've decided to do because of November. So in November, I stamped out these little shapes on the side and put numbers to document what I'm thankful for, because this is the month of being thankful. And I really, really like this. I love how they turned out. I did start it in October here, and I really like how it turned out. And I liked having a space in my planner to jot down what I'm thankful for that month. So I decided in 2024, I'm going to leave this space for that. So every month, I'm going to jot down what I'm thankful for that day. I think it's a great place for me to do that, and it fills in that space. I usually use the top for my personal planning, the bottom portion for work. And so I had this space and I was using it for Instagram. So I would just basically, I would usually just write Instagram and what I posted on Instagram that day. So I noticed that I just don't use that part of my planner as much as I should. I love using every little bit from my planner. So I thought that was a great way to do it. It worked in November, so I'm going to do it in December, and I'm going to keep it up throughout the year. And maybe now that I'm saying it, maybe because I'm going to be doing this every single day, I might not do that gratitude page. Then it's kind of useless, because I'm jotting down what I'm grateful for and thankful for throughout the week. So I might just not do this. I don't know. I'm going to see what I'm going to do once I start. But anyways, I talked a lot about my 2022 planner, but let's get into my 2024 passion planner. Okay, so before I start, I did want to mention that I am an ambassador for the passion planner. So I do have a discount code, and it is linked in the description box for you. But I purchased this with my own money, and I wanted to share with you what I'm going to be using for 2024. Let's start with the planner itself. I decided to go with this beautiful brown. It's called Latte Brown. It is gorgeous, and I love it. The paper's the same. I don't believe they did any changes, maybe in the front pages, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just little changes in the front pages. But other than that, it looks exactly the same. I am excited for this. The back pages are perfect for what I'm going to use them for. You have dotted, and then you have the blank pages as well. You have the green bookmark. I tend to cut these off. I do not use them. I just kind of go like this. I use the little elastic to hold my page, and that way I know where to open. But I definitely don't use this. I'm not a big fan of bookmarks in general in my planners and journals. But anyways, I am going to be setting this up with you. And this, by the way, is a medium, and it's dated. I love their green, but the green was undated, and I like my planners to be dated. I don't want to bother myself with stamping out the dates and stuff. So I got the dated brown. I also did grab some monthly tabs. I think I'm going to use this one for my planner. I really like the colors on this. Let's open it real quick. I do have two here because I love their monthly tabs, and I use them in so many other projects. So if you have like projects that you usually need monthly tabs. Passion planners are the best tabs out there. I really, really like them. They're thick enough and they don't tear. And I think these colors are going to go so well with my planner. So I'm definitely using this for my planner. But again, I use my tabs for other projects like my reading journal, my Scrappy Spiral notebook as well, anything that needs monthly tabs. So those are the tabs. I also did grab 2 sticker books. So I have the sticker book, but you guys, I love the sticker book. I'm going to open it real quick. I'm not going to share every single page with you, but I really, really like the adulting sticker book because it's just perfect for any adult who wants to make their planner look cuter. And I even use them in my daily journal as well. They're just really, really good stickers. And as you can see, they are just so cute. And I've used up mine a lot, like there's not much left. So I decided to grab another one. And I also grabbed the Let's Eat. I have not tried this one yet, but it's so adorable. There's some favorites in here. I love this page. Like this is so my style of stickers. Really cute. Love this one too. So adorable. That one as well. There's just some good ones in here. So I'm excited for this, especially for my daily journal because I document what I eat in my daily journal. Anyways, that is what I grabbed from the Passion Planner. They had a sale a few months ago where if you bought 2 sticker books, you would get the planner free, I think. And so it was a great deal. So I grabbed what I needed. And now I can set up my planner with you because everything came in time for me to share this with you. So let's get to it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start by stamping my frames to set up this space here. And, oh, actually, I should take this off. I'm so excited for my planner. I'm like forgetting things. But anyways, let's go ahead and set this up. I'm going to put you on fast forward and put some music and a little bit of voiceover while you watch me set up my 2024 Passion Planner. Let's start setting up my Passion Planner. I'm going to start with my tabs. This is a very easy task to do because the Passion Planner already has these little black lines where each month starts. So adding the tabs is really easy. And I must say, I'm loving the colors of these tabs against my latte cover. It just matched so well. And it added the perfect pop of color to my Passion Planner. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and add my tabs, and then we can start setting up my layouts in my Passion Planner. Okay, I'm almost done adding my tabs, and once I'm done, I'm going to flip over my Passion Planner so you can see how beautiful the colors are against my latte cover. And we're going to start with this first spread. So the 2024 and 2025 calendar spreads, I like to use that bottom portion to kind of document a special moment or something that represents each month. And I love this frame stamp set. It's an old stamp set from Feed Your Craft, which no longer exists, so I cannot link it, but it's a favorite, and I'm sure you can find some frame stamp sets out there, or you can doodle your own. But I like to stamp 12 of them and use each frame to represent a month within my Passion Planner. When something special happens or if something stands out throughout the month, I'll come in here and doodle it. And so basically, my doodles represent a special moment within the month. So once I stamp out my little frames, and I'm going to try to play with what goes where so everything can fit nicely, I will stamp the little hanger as well. It's part of the stamp set, which is pretty awesome. And then I'm going to stamp the months right above each frame. And that way it's easier for me to figure out which month is which, basically. But it's a very simple layout. I'm not going to color them in yet. I think I will color in each month as I go. I think that would be really cool. Last year I colored them all in, but I think it would be fun to color them in as I go, and that way color kind of builds up throughout the year. Okay, I'm done stamping my frames, and now I just want to stamp the months, and I'm just going to stamp them right above each frame, just using an old Everyday Explorers stamp set here. And by the way, I will link everything that I'm using down in the description box for you if it's still available. Anyways, once I'm done with this, I decided to go ahead and stick down my Currently pages. These are printables that I have available in my Etsy shop. I've created these printables for this problem that I had in my Passion Planner. I do not use the reflection pages in my Passion Planner, and I like to fill in my planner and use up all the space. So I created these printables, and I basically use them to keep up with my currentlys, what I'm currently enjoying, what I've been doing, what makes me happy. And some of these boxes I fill in, like I just journal, or sometimes I'll use pictures to fill them in. And you'll see that I actually had 2 of these printables, so I went ahead and filled in January and February. That way I don't get lazy and not do it as the year goes by, because I have that tendency to just be lazy and not print out my printables. Anyways, we're moving to the back pages of my Passion Planner, where I'm going to be doing a few things. I want to keep up with my Instagram and my YouTube as a content creator. These are important to me. I mean, they're not that important, but it's good to kind of see the growth, and if I'm not growing as well. So for my Instagram, I'm doing the little speech bubbles. I'm going to draw in a little person, and then I'm just going to add my numbers there. And once I hit that goal, I'm going to color it in with a gray marker. And I'm keeping my back pages pretty simple. I'm basically just going to focus on my Instagram, my YouTube, and then I believe I'm just going to stick down some of my printables as well. I don't think I'm going to do what I did last year. It was just too much, and I was kind of like on repeat, and I don't want to do that again just to fill in my Passion Planner, basically. Anyways, I'm almost done. Once I fill in my speech bubbles, I'm going to grab an alpha stamp, and I'm going to stamp Instagram right above that. You can see I didn't fill the page because I don't think I'm going to hit these big goals by the end of the year. But if I do, I can always fill in or add in more speech bubbles. Okay, so for my YouTube, I'm just going to draw in a camera or a video camera. Now, I did not plan this out. I didn't draw these ahead of time, so they're not perfect. I really don't care. I always say this, like, if you're looking for perfection, you're going to waste so much time trying to perfect these things. For me, it's just like, just get it done, have it ready. And if it looks messy, that's okay. It's hand drawn and it's my Passion Planner. So it brings me joy even if it's messy. So I went ahead and drew some video cameras, and then I'm going to use that same exact alpha stamp that I used for Instagram, but I'm going to use it to stamp out YouTube. And also I decided to add a drop shadow just so they can pop a little bit. I just felt like they blended into the background too much. So the drop shadow really helped. I'm going to do it on both pages. Then I'm going to grab the alpha and stamp out YouTube. So now that I'm done with that, I am going to stick down some more of my printables. Again, these are available in my Etsy shop, and I'm going to stick down my TV shows. I love tracking the shows that I've been watching throughout the year. So I went ahead and stuck down the TV screens, and then I'm going to stick down 2 pages of the trackers because last year or for 2023, I ran out of space. And I thought I'd just go ahead and stick down 2. And if I need more, I can always print out more and use the back pages for that. So I'm done with my back pages for now. You never know what I end up adding later on throughout the year. But I wanted to set up January in my Passion Planner. And as always, I'm going to start with my craft paper. I love this sticky craft paper. It's a great way to cover up the column on the side of my calendar because I use that space to keep up with the week number. I love using my calendar to add pictures throughout the month. It's a great way to keep up with my Project Life. If you're not familiar with Project Life, just a way of memory keeping. And also, if you don't do Project Life, this is a great way to memory keep within your planner. It's just a simple way to keep up with daily life, favorite photos, favorite moments, and I basically fill in my calendar with photos. Sometimes I don't have photos each day, and that's a-okay, but I still like to see the photos within my calendar. Now I'm just using this large number stamp from Studio Calico to stamp out the week numbers. And then that bottom portion of my calendar is where I track my books. I love to read. I love to track my reading. And I always end up stamping a little book-related stamp with an open book where it holds how many books I read that month. And at the end of the month, I just print out little book covers of the books that I read that month. I just love that page. And it's just, again, a great way to keep up with my reading. Let's go ahead and set up my weekly spreads. So not a lot is going to change this year. Honestly, everything I did in 2023 still works. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna just stick to what I know and what works for me. And I'm gonna start by creating my little social media content stuff in that side column. It works for me. I can, look back and see the growth and the non-growth and all that good stuff. So I'm going to stamp my 3 boxes. I'm going to draw in YouTube, Instagram, and my book club. So I'm just drawing the little icons. I'll add a drop shadow and use my favorite Tombow gray marker to color it in. Again, I always try to keep this very neutral just because I don't know what colors I'm going to use for that week. And I like to keep things as neutral as possible before the week starts. So at this point, you guys know how much it's important to me to keep up with my reading, but it doesn't stop at my calendar. I also like to keep up with my reading throughout the week. And this top space right underneath each day of the week is the perfect place for a tracker. It doesn't have to be reading, could be any kind of tracking, but for me, I use it for reading, and I usually use this little reading stamp to stamp reading in each box. And if I read that day, I highlight it. And if I didn't read that day, I don't highlight it. And that's a great way for me to keep up with my reading throughout the week. I also like to use the this week's focus box for motivational words. So basically, I'll stamp, take it easy, take care of yourself, things like that. It's just a nice little space for that. And I do use my stamps as well for that. A lot of them are from Everyday Explorers. They have the cutest planner stamps, by the way, with a lot of like big words, small words, and they all fit really nicely in this little week's focus box. Anyways, I also do stamp weekend. OMG, finally. This stamp I've been asked about it so many times. Again, this is from Everyday Explorers. It's one of my favorites for the weekend. And I basically stamp it right in the center in between Saturday and Sunday. This works out for me perfectly because I do not work on the weekend. So that space is all for the weekend. I also like to separate my personal from my work planning. And so I use that gray line right across the week to just write in work. That way I'm able to separate my personal planning from my work planning. And because I work from home, I always feel like I don't want to mix them in. So that's why I like to have my personal stuff at the top and then my work stuff on the bottom. Anyways, as always, I'm going to be using my large book stickers here. I've gotten so many of these throughout the year. I think I've grabbed some from Amazon. I've grabbed some from Stationery Pal. Again, I'll link them in the description box for you. But these little sticker books are perfect to add right over the quotes, the side of my weeklies. It brings in color, it adds some interest to my week, and you can still read the quotes once you stick them down because they are transparent. And by the way, these sticker books, it was like a pack of, I don't know, 6 or 7. They are slightly bigger, so I do have to trim them down. The ones I got, I believe from Amazon, were the perfect fit, but I don't mind trimming them down. They're also beautiful and they all work. It's just I have to trim these down. And I'm not being picky this time around. I usually go through them and try to choose which ones I want to use, but I have so many at this point. I need to use them up, so I'm just grabbing whichever. And also each book is the same theme and color, so they're all going to match. No matter what sticker I end up choosing, as long as it's from the same book. And now I'm grabbing my little icon stamp set from Everyday Explorers to stamp my YouTube. So that bottom section is where I keep up with what video goes live on what day. And so usually I end up with 2 videos a week. Also, while I have my icon stamp out, I'm going to stamp out my currentlies. I keep up with what I'm reading, watching, and my Happy Mail. So anything I ordered, anything I'm expecting to come in that week, I add in there. And I just like that space for my currentlies. Now, usually I cover up the personal to-do list with a black marker, and then I write currently with a white gel pen. But lately, it's just not working for me. I have to go over the white gel pen multiple times. It doesn't matter what gel pen I use. And I think it's because of the black marker. It just absorbs the gel pen right away. And so I thought to myself, I do have this black washi and it's kind of papery. So I thought I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to trim it in half, cover up the space, and then write currently with my white gel pen. And you guys, it worked perfectly. It was just so smooth. I loved how it looked. So I think I found a different way to do this. I'm not going to cover it up anymore with a black marker. I'm just going to go straight to my black washi, cover it up, and then write currently with my white gel pen. Earlier on, I shared with you how I was using this bottom portion in November to document what I'm thankful for throughout the month. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great place for me to do it every single day throughout the year. I don't think it has to be November to document what you're thankful for. So I decided that I'm going to do this in 2024. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I did in November and in December of 2023. I'm just gonna use that stamp to stamp little half a circle, I guess, or half a oval on the bottom portion of my planner or of my week. Then I'm going to use number stamp to stamp the numbers. Now, this is tedious to stamp each number, but I set it up once a month, so it's really not a big deal. You really don't have to stamp the numbers. You can just leave it blank and use that whole space to document what you're thankful for, or you can use an icon or something. But I just really like the numbers in that space. I don't need a lot of space to write down what I was thankful for that day. And I like the tone on tone. I used a light gray for the shape to stamp out the shape, and then I used a darker gray for my numbers. Just looks pretty cool, and I think I'm going to change it up from month to month and use different colors. We shall see, maybe kind of stick to the theme of the month. But anyways, it's just a great place for me to jot down what I'm thankful for. And also it filled in that space on the bottom of each day where I wasn't really using it. So it works, it's a win-win for me. And I love how it looks. It fills in the space, and it's just a great way to memory keep as well. Now that I'm done setting up my weekly spreads, I can start working on my space of infinite possibilities. I'm going to be using this space from now on to use my stamps and make pretty things, honestly. I used to use the space for my mind map, but at this point, I'm really enjoying stamping all kinds of fun things in this space. So that's what I'm going to do for 2024. It might change. I change my mind a lot. But for now, that's my goal and that's what I want to do. So I started with this adorable Close to My Heart stamp set. It just has these really cute winter animals, and I'm just going to stamp a few of them across. And I'm going to grab like a smaller stamp from Studio Calico to stamp plans and goals, fresh start. I'm going to grab my markers and color them in, and it's going to look so, so cute. I actually come back to this. I'm not sure if I was recording or not, but I'm going to use my white gel pen and fill in little spots just to make them more realistic. And I had kind of fun with that. I love these larger stamps to fill in these spaces just because you don't have to do a lot, and it always turns out pretty cute even when you don't put a lot of effort. When I come to flip the page, I don't notice, but I actually skip a page, and I will come back to it later. And that's okay. Like I said, I'll notice later on and come back to it. But for now, I'm grabbing a different Close to My Heart stamp set, and it has like winter clothes, which is really cute. And I grab the jacket. I'm going to stamp it right in the center. I'll also grab the scarf, and I'm going to stamp the scarf on both sides of my jacket. It's just going to be a little cute filler for my space. And I'll also stamp scarf season across my scarf. So I kind of play with my stamps here. I have a lot of fun doing things like this. If you have stamps, use them. Just come up with different ways to stamp them out and make them unique and more your style. But anyways, once I stamp out the scarf and the jacket and my title, I will color them in. And then I'm going to grab a little snowflake and stamp it around my scarf and jacket. I always say this, if you don't know how to draw, use your stamps and color in your stamps because they will look more realistic. They'll look more like a doodle, and it brings in a lot of color once you color in your stamps. So like I said earlier, I had accidentally skipped a week, so I go back to that week and I'm gonna use some coffee cups. You guys know how much I love coffee, and I thought I would just stamp a few of them. Some of them will look like hot cocoa and some will look like coffee. And because, you know, we all are drinking our coffee and our hot cocoa while it's cold outside to keep us warm. And I just thought that would be a great theme for the week. So I'm using this older Kelly Perky stamp, and I'm going to stamp the coffee cups in different colors. And then I'm going to grab some brown inks to fill in the coffee cup. I'll also end up stamping a little title. I believe I stamp warm and heart, which I thought was so cute. And I'll draw some steam out of my coffee cups as well. So this week is my birthday week and I totally forgot. Like, I wish I remembered because I would have used this space to stamp out like 47. I think that's how old I'm turning in January. But I totally forgot and it's okay. I'll probably end up doing it later on and stamping it on the date of my birthday. But I do have this beautiful stamp set with little houses, and I just thought it would be fun to stamp a bunch of them across and use some of the little trees as well to fill in the gaps. I just wanted to have fun with this stamp. I rarely use this stamp, and again, this is why this is a great place for you to use your stamps and create fun things in your planner. So I'm just having fun with this. I'm using different ink colors to fill in the space and to make this nice and bright and beautiful. And once I'm done stamping my little houses, I'll just stamp Let It Snow right underneath with some black ink to balance those colors out a little bit. Okay, we're on our last week, and I'm at this point, I'm just so tired. I'm ready to wrap this up. So I'm just going to use this little girl wearing the scarf and the beanie. I'm going to stamp her right in the center. And on that same stamp set, there was a little label. And I thought to myself, maybe it would be fun if I stamped it multiple times around her with different ink colors. I just wanted some really bright colors here. And so I did that and I really like how it looked. It was very simple, it was very easy. And I even grabbed some of the words from the same stamp set to fill in some of those labels. So I basically stamped cold, stay warm, don't fill all of them out. I'll even stamp some snowflakes around her and basically call my setup done. Oh my gosh, this was a long video. This was a long process. I think I came back to this multiple times. I did not do it all at the same time, but I had so much fun setting up my passion planner for 2024. I'm excited for my new passion planner. I hope my video was inspiring to you and gives you some ideas on how to set up your own passion planner for 2024. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I do have a discount code for Passion Planner. I always have it linked in the description box for you, and I will link everything I used and shared down in the description box. Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.